Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Omega Revolution. My name is Debbie, and my co-host Ray is here, but she probably won't show her. Oh, she is going to show herself because she's on a lovely boat. And this is just part of the life. Once we learn how to send these emails, we're going to know how to do this the right way. So today is Tech Tuesday, and on behalf of the Omega Revolution, I'm super excited to have Josh and Kevin here again to share information with us. And tonight is sharing on what to do with those emails that we learned how to do last week. So yes. Josh and Kevin, take it away.
Thank you so much, Deb. Jealous that Ray's on a boat and Kevin is dark in the
I
top.
am here, but the video won't start for me for some reason, but.
Oh, Kev's having a little video issues. Our tech guy's having tech issues. That happens. Okay, so last time we went over the very basics of emails, why they're great, and that kind of thing. Today, we're going to show something really fun that Kevin and I have had a ton of success with, and that is essentially spying on the competition and seeing what other people are doing and how to see, first of all, people's email sequences, and then how to see people's Facebook ads. So you can, I don't know if people know this, most people don't, but you can actually see any Facebook ad that is running. You're able to see that exact ad, the copy, and how many ads they are running of that ad. So wow. It's super effective if there's a really, really strong marketer or someone who's a big influencer in your space, then you can actually look and see the exact advertisements that they are running. And it's free on Facebook, just people don't know about this feature usually. So that will be showing as well.
Cool, I love this.
Yes, and the first part is about email sequences. So we did mention last week that this week we kind of showed what a customer journey looks like, but this week we'll dive into how to find, now it's building out the email sequences. So what should the first email be? What should the second, third, fourth, fifth? And of course, this will absolutely depend on what your offer is or what your intention is behind your email sequence. Today, we are going to show an example of an email sequence that is for course sales. So if you were to happen to have a course, I'll show a little spy that we've done on a friend of mine, Brody, who is an amazing marketer. He's amazing at Instagram Reels. Some of you may know him. He's really good with Instagram. So he also has an Instagram course that he sells, and I know he does really well with it. So I always look at his emails because I love his work so much. So yeah, let's get started on that. I was going to share my screen. All right. So the first thing that I always recommend doing is find someone who is an influencer in your niche, who is successful at what they do. I'm sure we all have those people that we want to eventually have a business model like the Orions, the high ups in the Zinzino organization, like different network marketers maybe who have a huge downline and you see all over the place. You see their Facebook ads, YouTube ads, that kind of thing. You can actually find exactly the entire sequence that they are running. And that's super, super helpful. And Kevin and I use it all the time. Of course, we don't copy things. We just use it for ideas and for structuring the order in which you operate. So for instance, this is Brody's email. So what I would suggest is subscribe to different email lists, first of all, of the people that you admire or the people that you want to emulate in your own business. One guy, friend of mine as well, is Brody. So here it is. I always look down and I try and see. So if I was doing a course launch, I would try and find when the announcement of the course launches. I would try and figure out, okay, what does he do to promote his course? What's the first email he sends? And you also start to notice a trend. So if you go through all his emails, they start repeating. So that means they start repeating themselves, which means he's found a system that works really well. So if you see he has 5 keys to a successful Instagram profile, he has that same email a couple times. see if we can find another one of them. So he has 48% increase. This is a testimonial one. So this is a closing. But yeah, essentially what I always recommend is finding the sequence that works for you and try and work backwards and locate the part of the journey that you are at. So again, I'm going to try and find the starting point. Congrats, you've enrolled into Insta Success. And I've seen this email many times by him. And I already know that this isn't an actual, you haven't actually signed up. This is for people to be like, oh, this is what it feels like if you join my program, which is a really good marketing tactic. But the fact that I've seen this a bunch of times means that it works really well for him. So he keeps using it over and over for each one of his launches. So once you perfect your email sequence, you have it and you can just have it on repeat, rinse and repeat, which is really, really helpful. So if you do a launch, say every 4 months, you can just use your exact same email sequence. And that's what the top marketers do. They'll tweak, they'll use their analytics. So yeah. And then, so congrats, you've enrolled in Insta Success. So I'd go through it, I'd read it, and I'd take what I like from it and apply it to my own business or to our client's business or whatever it is. This is you have 15 minutes left. This is a last call to join his program. What I always do is, I'm gonna actually show you what I build it on. Kev, do you have anything to add?
Not yet. You keep going. I might have a little comment here and there.
Okay, I'm just pulling up another example here. So this program called Milanote is super, super handy, super simple. I love building out email sequences using Milanote. It's a click and drag. So what I would do is I'd drag in a note. Oh, I've used my free trial, but I build my emails out using this, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. So this kind of thing. So this is actually a perfect example of when I was looking at Brody's stuff. Using it just for inspiration, and then I'd go and I'd build it applicable to my own business. But I would just copy and paste his email in here. Beside it, I would write my own email that is definitely different. So not copying again, but just using the same strategy as him. So a tool such as this makes a nice visual editor, makes it very clear. And yeah, that's essentially what we have for the email marketing to get a good idea for a flow that you like. Find someone that you admire, subscribe to their email list, get a program such as Milanote, and just build out your own email sequence. And once you've done that, again, you go back in the customer journey that we showed last week, and you just put in your emails in the sequence, and you're good, and you're live.
Yeah.
So there isn't just one. I'm sorry. I was just going to ask,
go ahead.
There just isn't one program that you could use for all of it. So like you would go from Milanote then to MailChimp. So there isn't just one that you could just kind of stick to and learn, or these are the best of the best that you've found so far?
So you could. It's just like essentially putting in Microsoft Word. It's like Milanote is essentially just a Word document, so you can make your own version of whatever it is you're seeing that you like. And then you put the good copy into the email sequence within MailChimp, or you can edit it within MailChimp if that's easier for you. I just like how you can see it all laid out in something like Milanote. It's click and drag. You can point arrows and just show what the sequence of the email life cycle would be. And then you essentially copy that into MailChimp.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, and I also think it's worth it to subscribe to a bunch of different email lists because of this. So not just one person that you like, have like 10 people that you subscribe to, so you can always have email ideas. Yeah,
and I essentially have one, I don't want to say burner email, but I have one email account that I strictly use to subscribe to a bunch of email lists and different topics. I use Brody as an example today because I know he has a really good course launch sequence. So then if I'm working with a client to do a course launch, I'll look at his for inspiration. Whereas if I was looking for a sales coach, maybe I could subscribe to Tony Robbins' email list, get his email sequences, see how he does it, see his sequence from when he has a program coming out all the way through the journey. It just takes going through the emails, clicking each one by one, and you kind of see the process. But that's a really good way to get a starting idea for your business, where to start. Because I know one of the hardest parts is starting. So what do you do when someone first signs up? Test it out. Subscribe to an email list. What's the first email you get from that person? Take note of it, copy and paste it down, and then tweak it for your own use if you like it. And if it doesn't seem to fit, then subscribe to someone else's and just keep testing that way.
Mm-hmm. So should we do Facebook now?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you share your screen if
Yeah.
if that works for you? Okay.
Yeah. I think you got to let me. Okay, so is it sharing right now?
Yep.
Okay, so this is how we spy on competition on Facebook. So the first thing we want to do is we start off with Google, and we want to figure out which brands we want to target to actually look at their ads. So for Omega Revolution, let's try something like fish oil brands. And I think I searched this. So we'll look at this, and there's usually listicles that show the top companies in each industry. So we'll try and figure out an easy one. So Persona is like a popular one, so we'll try that. So once we have a name, we can maybe make a list of 10 companies and then go over to Facebook, and we'll plug them in to the search bar here. And right away, it's at the top, but I just want to show you how to find it if it's kind of hard to find. So you put in the search query, and then you want to go down to pages, and then it'll pop up here for sure. So you click on that, and then not many people know about this feature. So you have to scroll all the way down, and on the left here where it says page transparency, you have to click see all. And if they're running ads, it'll say on the section, yeah, this page is currently running ads. So we'll go to ad library. And then boom, you can see all their live ads that they've launched. You can see the date that they've had it set since. And you can see that they're running a bunch of different ads. So right away, you can see if a company is spending a lot of money on their ads and they're not canceling them, like this one's been running since June, so it's got to be working. So right away, we know that this is something that we want to take a look at, break down what's making this effective, what's making this successful. And say, okay, so these are videos, and you might not be able to make videos at the start. Maybe you don't know how to make the graphics or anything like that. So we'd recommend maybe starting off with images. And a good way to start off with images to get free, copyright-free images is through a site like pexels.com. So you can use any of these images for your ads without having any complaints or anything like that. Another one actually is called Unsplash. I'll just show you like that. So between these two websites, you should be able to find enough images for any of your ad needs. So for example, let's say we want to mimic this ad. We just need, can you guys see this menu at the top here?
Yeah.
Or is that just me? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can see that.
Careful. Okay. So I already searched up capsule gels before. And we're trying to find an image like that ad. Something like this, or everyone that has a marijuana leaf. We'll stay away from that one. Okay, this one is perfect. So we'll save the image. And then like we covered 2 weeks ago, we'll use our trusty tool Canva here to make the Facebook ad. We'll just do blank. And then we'll drag our download onto here. Wait a sec, did we, I guess we already made one here. We'll use this. So we have this image, and I think what they had was just some text. So better sleep, less stress, smoother skin. Just as an example, we'll just put this text here. And then if we multiply that by 3 with the 3 different variations, like the less stress, then we basically have a copy of this ad. So, and that took, I think, like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then that's a little process. And then we would go review other ones as well. So not just this persona brand, we would go back to the original list and then see all the other companies that are running ads, and we'll pick the ones that we think are doing the best, and we'll copy those ideas.
Yes. So the point of all this essentially is you want to, it's what all marketing companies actually do. People just aren't aware of it, is they do look at other people's things that are working. There's no point recreating the wheel. You just look at what's working in your space, try and make it better, and you try and make it to match your personality and your brand. So you want to take away as much guesswork as possible to save money on ad spend. Because I know a lot of people will just launch an ad with complete random guessing, thinking it'll work. Well, you can look at other companies, you can see what is actually working, and then create your content based off that, whether it's an email sequence or whether it's an ad campaign. So that's something that we always like to do starting out. It just gives you a huge head start and saves tons on advertising costs that could be wasted and a lot of time. So yeah.
And a lot of the time,
so much easier just to duplicate, you know, and make it your own. And like you said, put your own personality and your own spin on it. And the homework has already been done because clearly the ads work.
Exactly, especially a big brand. Like again, one I have looked at many times is Tony Robbins, where they spend millions and millions of dollars a year perfecting these formulas. And if we had enough time, we could actually show you the full sequence. So you can go through the ad journey, look at his landing page. From the landing page, where does it take you? You subscribe to an email list, you get the emails, so you can actually find every step of the process and how they're running their business, which is a huge advantage if you're trying to start your own business but don't know where to start. You can essentially get from A to Z just by going through someone's sequence, by knowing these steps, how to find their ads and how to understand their emails, and boom, you have your whole funnel outlined essentially for you.
And a lot of the times, like, you just don't know what'll sell the best. So there have been times where Josh and I spent thousands of dollars and like many hours creating like the best video possible to sell a product. And we think, oh, this is the best ad ever. And then it turns out that would not work at all. We just wasted a bunch of money and time. And then we see that some image that we had no hopes for outwork it and sell more products than we ever would have thought. So you just never know, and you always have to test.
Yeah, exactly. So we piggyback off the people with the massive resources. Why not? So yeah,
absolutely. Wow, that's interesting. I'm definitely gonna try some of that tonight.
Make sure you do go through everyone's ads that you like in your space or in any space and just see what they're doing. And I do recommend, again, clicking on the ad and seeing what the landing page looks like. Where does it take you? And then when you're on the landing page, is there a place where you sign up for their email list? And if you do, what's the email you get? So just monitor everything, take notes, screen record, use something like Milanote. And that's another thing I really like about it, because then you can do you can design it as landing page, arrow, ad, arrow, landing page, arrow, email. So you can just have a visual sequence of what someone is doing. So Milanote's nice for that as well.
Very cool.
And yeah, that's essentially today's lesson, is spying on the competition and reworking those things for yourself.
I love that. I'm just looking at social media here quick to see if there's any questions. Let me just see if there's anything. And yeah, wow. That's super. I learned a lot. Ray, what did you learn, Ray?
She's on a boat. She's enjoying her day.
I am on a boat, but I am learning on a boat. It's possible. Genius. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh my gosh. You guys have my favorite hacks ever. So it's awesome. Thank you.
I know, wow. Just I'm super excited to to do a little research tonight and put some of these to work and see where it lands us. Like, speaking of fish, where's it going to land us, right?
Yeah, just get rid of the guesswork in all marketing campaigns to save money, whether it's promoting an event, find someone promoting an event, whether it's whatever it is, eliminate the guesswork. You'll increase your conversions and you'll increase or decrease the costs of all the advertising. So
well, and that's just like the balance oil, right? We prick people's finger because if you're guessing, and if you're not testing, you're guessing. Yeah. So now we're looking and we're doing what other people have done before, and it's clearly working. And so it's actually taking the guesswork out. And
that's exactly it. That's what
fabulous.
Yeah, and that's what people love the balance oil, exactly, because you kind of know what you're getting, which is a strategy that we like to take too. So
yes. Yeah. And today was my 8 months. So I pricked my finger again today and I sent it away to Norway. So I want to make sure that I'm doing better and better every time I take a blood test. So yeah, no questions from Facebook, no questions here. My question is where did my invite end up?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but
anytime. This is the brilliance of direct marketing, right? We can work from anywhere. So
absolutely. So all right. Thank you again, everybody, for your time. And I don't know when our next Tech Tuesday is going to be, because I think our techs are taking off for a little while.
We are going to Portugal for a month to work from there.
Mm-hmm.
We're still working full time, however. It's just we're relocating because we can. So we're going to Portugal for a month and then Berlin for a month and just staying in a place and working.
Perfect.
It'll be good.
Awesome. You know what? We might have to check in with you while you guys are over there as well. So.
Absolutely. We'd love to.
All right.
Perfect.
Well, if someone has questions, they can reach them, Josh at Leads to Profits or Kevin at Leads to Profits, or reach out to me or Deb and we can put you in touch as well.
Probably me, because she'll probably drop her phone.
Oh, come on.
Okay, everybody, have a fabulous evening. We'll talk to you soon.
Perfect.
Bye-bye.
Bye.